I get online, men are always complaining about black women, at least black men. Black women this, black women that. Our name just always in y'all mouth. Black women are submissive towards black men, how white women are submissive to white men. Well, because the white man is the slave master. The rest of the people are the slaves. Why would I submit to a slave? I don't submit to no slave. I submit to my slave master, which is the white man. But I would never submit to no slave, which is the black man. You supposed to submit just like me. Why would I be submissive towards you when you got somebody you need to be submissive towards too?
It's crucial to approach this topic with sensitivity and respect for the experience and the struggle that African American women have faced historically and continue to face today, as I'm talking right now. There are complex and multifaceted reasons that contribute to the internalized self-hatred and desire to conform to white standards of beauty and behavior that some African American women may experience. And these reasons are rooted in a long history of racism, discrimination, and oppression, and that has impacted the life of African Americans in the United States. Therefore, one factor that contributes to this self-hatred is the pervasive and damaging impact of colorism within the African American community. And colorism is the discrimination and prejudice based on skin color. And it has a long and a painful history within the African American community. Lighter skinned individuals have traditionally been favored and seen as more desirable, while dark skinned individuals have been marginalized and discriminated against. This has led to a deep seated belief that light skin is more beautiful and desirable, causing some African American women to feel inferior and unworthy because of their darker skin. Another factor is the media's portrayal of beauty standards that are predominantly white. The fashion, beauty, and entertainment industries have traditionally celebrated white beauty ideals, such as thinness, straight hair, and light skin. This has led to a pervasive belief that these features are the epitome of beauty, causing some African American women to feel that they don't measure up and to internalize feeling of inadequacy and self-hatred. The impact of slavery also and its legacy also cannot be ignored. Slavery stripped African American of their culture, language, and traditions, and forced them to assimilate to white culture. This legacy has remained and has contributed to the internalized self-hatred that some African American women experience today. This desire to conform to white standards of beauty and behavior can be seen as a survival mechanism, as conforming to these standards, which may offer a perceived road to success and acceptance in a society that has historically marginalized African American women and African American men. However, it is important to note that these experiences are not representative of all African American women, and it is important to avoid perpetuating harmful stereotypes that further marginalize and dehumanize them. That's why some of them feel this way. You know, American women actually have a rich and diverse history and a culture that should be celebrated and honored. But they need to do better because African American community is more important than African American woman. That's what they need to understand. Some just have mental issue. Well, somehow I agree with what she said, but black women have problem with accepting that they need help. They need to stop disrespecting black men. They need to start trusting black men and knowing that without black men, they are not protected. They easy prey. Any other race, any other man from any other race can prey easily on them. They need to understand that more they try to put black men down, the worse they're gonna look to the society. Okay? Because if you a black woman, you come in on on social media and saying that you're gonna respect white men, but you're not gonna respect black men. What does that? What does tells about you? That you will sell out. You sell out. You hate yourself. You have no self-esteem. All right, and that's sad, and it's kind of like I get hungry when I see stuff like that. But unfortunately, that's how this society in this country is. And I think America is sad. It's a sad place to live for a black person, and especially black men. And then when we see black women acting like this, it's just even more sad. How can you ignore? How can you hate yourself? That's mentally issue. Okay, that's mental issue, nothing else.
What I'm realizing is that women, especially black women, are a special kind of stupid. Now, I'm told that they're educated far greater than black men, but you have to be crazy to decide, I don't need a man. And you know what? I'm still going to have children, but in order to take care of this child, I'm going to go out and work 8 to 10 hours a day. And then when I get home, I'm going to be too tired to actually parent. So I'm going to let my children be raised by TV and social media. And so then you have your daughter thotting on the gram, and then your son being this thug. But hey, I'm educated and I'm smart, and I get to celebrate Mother's Day and Father's Day. No, what you are is an educated fool, because who in their right mind would decide that they want to go against the very nature of a woman and the reason why God put us on this earth?
I ask you this question. Let me ask you, officer. If the average black woman gave the average black man what she gave to the college institution or to her job, do you think we'd have problems in relationships?
No.
What about you, Tyler?
No, I don't think we will have problems. Well, we can focus our energy on making that book.
What about you, man?
I agree with what they're saying. No.
And I use that example to show that women know how to do it. They know how to survive. When they want to agree, they know how to put their best foot forward. When it's time for promotion, you get into their college, to do this, to do that, to get that paycheck. But then if you gave black men the same respect as you give these institutions, because we are you got.
See, this young woman that are talking about, she gonna respect slave master, which is white man, but she can't respect slave, which is black man, in her mind, proves that black woman knows what they need to do to get in line with black men, but they just refuse to do it. They refuse to do it because that's their nature. They're natural rebels, okay, which is end up hurting them more than really hurt black men, okay? Because if you, black woman, you refuse to get online with the black man, what's gonna happen? You have no protector. Nobody will protect you. You by yourself. So it's kind of stupid to believe that you can go against your own nature. You all know what you're supposed to do, but you're not willing to do it. What does that tell us about you?
Can't keep up. Are these guys employed?
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Some are on the black market, and then I find some
On the black market? Is that what you said?
Yeah, and the drug business, I guess, if you want to call
Yeah,
it.
as more as I do these focus groups, the more I sit down with black women, the more I'm starting to hear that y'all really don't, y'all will date a corporate banker and a drug dealer or a scammer just the same. Makes no sense to me.
They're all entrepreneurs. It just don't.
That's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Because when I sit down with other races of women, they're repulsed by dudes who do illegal shit. Y'all just look at the money. But I'm no heat. No, I'm like, there's supposed to be a difference. You know, the guy who's an accountant versus the guy who's a drug dealer. You're like, well, fuck it, it's all the same. Well, no, it really ain't. It's not entrepreneurs. One's illegal, one's legal.
The real reason why African American women typically are swiped on left is because the average African American woman is 185 pounds. A lot of y'all are fat as fuck.
187.
Yeah, okay? Another reason, there's the stereotypes of being loud, obnoxious, rude, crass, not having a father, not respecting men in general. Let's keep it 1,000. A lot of black women grow in fatherless homes. When you grow up in a fatherless home, what ends up happening? You only have a mom. She's got to be the mom and a dad. She bears a lot of resentment. Niggas ain't shit. Blah, blah, blah. It continues to be perpetuated in the music, hip-hop music. Men don't respect women. Men don't respect women and the women don't respect men. You talk about the women, oh yeah, trick on these motherfuckers, all this other shit. It's a, how do I say this?
A vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle that continues to perpetuate itself. And the thing is that I don't see it correcting itself anyway soon. So people aren't going to sit there and read the book. They're going to judge the book by its cover. If you speak a certain way, act a certain way, look a certain way, they're going to assume you are that way and not give you a chance. And unfortunately, a lot of black women have negative stereotypes that are attributed to the black community, and it's on you to prove those stereotypes wrong.
Yep. Right.
And the big one.
Listen, Myron is right. If you speak like a duck, walk like a duck, what it is a duck, right?
The men and women who are swiped the least on Tinder are Asian men and black women. Why are black women the least swiped demographic for women on dating apps?
It's always a stigma that black women are loud, rowdy.
I completely agree with what she said with the stigma, because you know that angry black woman that nobody wants to deal with.
It's epigenetics.
Okay.
We were born in an environment where we had to fight, not only for ourselves, but we had to fight for our men. Because at one point, they were being attacked.
Discriminated.
They were being attacked.
The stereotypes about black women are born from a place that is true. Post-slavery and the Reconstruction era and in the Jim Crow era in the 50s, 60s, where it's like the most racist, the black nuclear family was still intact. Post the 70s, second wave, third wave, radical feminism that told you have sex with whoever you want, and then the child after has given us a sense of like, my body's not important, my family's not important, having a man is not important. Our music tells us that. Like, country music's not telling anyone to divorce their husband. It's rap music that's telling us, like, get rid of your man, you don't need him. In the most racist time in America, the black family was intact. So it's nothing to do with that.
Don't you see that was a problem for them? That was the most racist time in America when slaves were free.
Well, have you ever watched Divorce Court or Judge Joe Brown? It's
Those
always
are
a black
scripted, ma'am.
woman.
Yeah, but that's fake. They just asked me to come on there and pay me. What are you talking about? It's fake. Don't go off of that. Come on now.
They don't want to date a woman who's masculine. And you brought up a point saying, oh, well, why can men do something women can't? Because we're not men. And too many women nowadays are too afraid to hear the truth, but you're playing the role of a man and it's just not going to work out for you trying to get relationships.
The men who are on these dating apps have just had a bad experience at one point in their life with a particular black woman.
If there's like generational trauma, imagine like what's generational to the people that were causing that trauma.
Is it discrimination when you don't want to date a guy that's 5'6"?
If somebody, you find out their height, you're talking to them, you actually like them, and then you find out your height and you diss them, you know, you're like on to the next. That's discrimination.
So you don't agree there's a small line between discrimination and preference? Because I don't think there's a history of us people getting whooped because of their height.
Were high.
Men are entitled to their preference. I don't think there's nothing wrong with a man saying, yo, I like a lighter skinned woman. But I think he also has to still have the mind frame of saying, but if I ran into a darker skinned woman, which I haven't found one yet that I'm attracted to, but if I do, I would give it a shot.
You're just saying it in flowery language. Can a guy say, I don't date black women?
Yeah. I'm telling you that
it sounds real racist to me. When you talk about black women, you talk about all skin colors.
Shades.
When black women come this complexion, they come this complexion, they come this complexion. But that's not what the problem is. When you're swiping right, you're swiping right on the complexion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not swiping right on the fact that she's an African American. I mean, look at the prince. He's married to a black woman.
Hello.
You understand what I'm saying?
Color.
But the world didn't perceive her until they really knew that she was a Jamaican black woman. So when you're swiping right and you're saying, why are black women swiped right? No, let's put it plain sight. Why are dark women swiped right?
Amen.
Because it's not black women.
That's not how I took
Because it's not black women.
That's honestly.
Hey, black woman, it's simple. Just change your way. You know, be a feminine. Be a little bit more feminine. You know, hone your femininity. Stop trying to be a masculine. Okay, don't try to be like a man. You know, if you do that, peace will be in black community. You know, majority of black men prefer black women, but we just don't date you guys because we know how you act in a relationship. You know, if you change that acting up, because you don't need to do that. That's unnecessary. If you change that, you're gonna see how your life gonna improve for the better.
I will say that I don't believe that it has anything to do with racism, prejudice, or discrimination, any of that.
What do you think it is?
It is because the stereotypes about black women are born from a place that is true. We can, and I say we as a collective, like we can be aggressive, we can be assertive, we can be masculine, we can basically disregard the family unit, like, and I'll summarize this, but Thomas Sowell writes about it that post-slavery and the Reconstruction era and in the Jim Crow era in the 50s, 60s, where it's like the most racist, the black nuclear family was still intact. Mother, father in the home with all the children. Post the 70s, second wave, third wave, radical feminism that told you have sex with whoever you want and then kill the child after, has given us a sense of like, well, my body's not important, my family's not important, having a man is not important. Our music tells us that. Like, country music's not telling anyone to divorce their husband. It's rap music that's telling us like, get rid of your man, you don't need him. So like,
Facts.
Those stereotypes are born from a true place. It has nothing to do with racism. You know, no offense to anyone who brought it up, but like in the most racist time in America, the black family was intact. So it's nothing to do with that.
Don't you see that that was a problem for them?
That's why she brought the book. She makes sense.
That's a good breakdown.